Hey, I haven't done any commentary of Fire Emblem Musou outside of my stream, and I just haven't been streaming because I was so busy with Dynasty Warriors 9 before the embargo. I think this game is a lot of fun. I think a lot of its shortcomings just come from the source material. Like, I don't know much about Fire Emblem, but Fire Emblem is kind of like, you know, medieval fantasy. They only have like a couple weapons that they use, and apparently, according to the friends of mine who are big Fire Emblem fans, like the characters that don't use just generic swords, spears, bows, and staves, they're not in the game. So there's a lot of clones. The biggest controversy has been
Come in.
that a DLC just dropped a couple days ago, and two of the characters are clones. These two characters right here, Lyn and Navare, are clones, and this honestly pissed me off quite a bit because I spent like 3 hours trying to unlock Lyn, and then they announced this DLC is coming out. I bought the season pass because I had some store credit at GameStop before I got the Switch. And then this character comes out, and not only is he a clone of this character, he has better stats. So I don't know what it is, but at the same time, the season pass is only like $20. It's exactly $19.99 to be exact, so I think for the asking price, they give quite a bit. This guy is a clone too, but these two characters were unique. So this DLC is kind of a step back because these two are clones, but they're clones of the two best characters in the game. So there are a lot of restrictions in the history mode. Like sometimes they'll have it so you can only use you know, people who fight on foot. Sometimes you can only use people who use bows. Sometimes you can only use males. Sometimes you can only use females. Sometimes you can only use you know, flying people. So it is actually nice to have clones because it means you can use the moveset that you like under those restrictions.
Come again.
So I'm not going to do an overview for this because the game has been out for quite some time now. I'm going to try to farm up some weapons here on Lunatic. I'm obviously like 4 or 5 months late to the party on this. Obviously, I didn't have the console that the game was playable on, and
why'd you need us all to meet here?
I wasn't gonna go
Because I have some
buy
important
the
information
2DS and a capture card to play this game.
I'd love to
It'd be
hear
like
Take a look at
probably
this
way more than the Switch
Right
cost me when you think
here
about it.
is a Gristone stronghold, a secret one. It was built at a time when Aetolis and Gristone were on less than good terms.
So I'm gonna try to farm up some skills here, some bond skills.
Yes? Choose one.
How's this? Let's go.
So what's cool about this game is when you're in portable mode, the game is locked to 30 FPS, and it's actually quite stable. Like maybe sometimes during like the dual Musous and stuff it will dip, but at that point you don't even have control of your character, so it doesn't matter. Unless you're spamming like a lot of effects, you actually don't really see too many performance drops. But what you can do is you can go into the options here. They have display settings, quality and performance. Quality is 1080p 30 FPS, and performance is 720p 60. And you can only use the performance mode while it's docked, so you can't get juicy 60 FPS while you're portable or mobile. But when you're at home, I don't even notice the performance hit at all. Honestly, 720 to 1080p is like, it's always been a pretty minuscule difference to me. Like Dynasty Warriors 9, like due to the bad optimization, I have to run that game at 720p. I have run it at 1080p for a while, and I can barely tell the difference. So it's nice that you could double the frame rate for just a minor performance hit. I imagine a lot more Switch games are going to do that, because I think that the Switch battery is it's like the biggest battery that they can put in the console when they were doing like the R&D for it, but it only lasts for a couple hours.
See if you can be trusted.
So if they let it take more power, you probably would not be able to play for more than an hour or something. So there's probably going to be more games that have better performance when you're in docked mode.
I've got an idea.
I've received a report.
Calling in reinforcements. Quickly! Can't let that happen.
The mission's starting. That turret is aimed right at us. I've received a report. Taking you out! The turret is ours. We're not going anywhere! Just leave it to me!
There's no way to lower the drawbridge from here.
Just leave it to me! I've received a report. Taking you out! Just leave it to me!
At this rate, we'll be able to reinforce their position. We have to do better.
Just leave it to me! We've got to hurry! Taking you out! They're in trouble! We've got to help! I'm sorry to be such a burden. Take this one! Leave it to me! Mission complete.
All right, we've brought the reinforcements. Let's press forward and attack.
I like these profit margins. They're in trouble! We've got to help! This isn't going well. The fort is ours. Now we've got a turret at our disposal. Mission complete.
The fort! Never mind that. Aim for their leader instead. Move out!
Path's all clear. Just leave it to me. I've received a report.
Only one fort left. That must be where the device to lower the drawbridge is.
Only Darius can lower the drawbridge. Give him cover! Just leave it to me. The mission's starting. I've received a report. Just leave it to me. I like the profit margins. Fort is ours. Just leave it to me. I like the profit margins. Just leave it to me. Just leave it to me. Just leave it to me. I like these profit margins. Just leave it to me.
I've activated the mechanism. The drawbridges are opening. Attack!
I'm gonna go ahead and skip the weapon drop because he actually
We're good to go.
moved to the spot he's supposed to instead of just standing and staring off into space like he normally does.
All the
This is one of the
drawbridges are
quickest story mode levels that you can finish. So, a lot of people farm the bond points and weapons here since you can actually get both done simultaneously.
Follow the wall to the north or south and look for a gate. We'll enter there.
Yes? It shall be done.
Yes? Okay. What is it? Of course.
Tremble before the power of my magic!
I see enemy reinforcements.
Blast! We must take out that caster at once.
The mission's starting. Let's go. Just leave it to me. The fort is ours. Now we've got a turret at our disposal.
Is this power for real?
There are more enemy forts around. Let's take them and lower their morale.
The mission's starting. They're in trouble. We've got to help.
This is beyond what I expected.
Oh, Darius! Someone help him!
Mission complete.
Now we don't have to worry about any more reinforcements.
I like those profit margins. Paths all clear to finish you off.
Alright, let's see if Darius is gonna keep running into monster swipes, if he's actually going to survive or not. And I can show off the checkpoint feature.
Darius, the path
Let's
to
see.
the base is open. Let's go.
Is he gonna cooperate this
We're
time?
about to see much more resistance. Be ready.
I don't know who this dude is, but he's an idiot.
They're in trouble. We've got to help. Time for a show of strength.
In his defense, there are a lot of
We'll tear them to
officers over here, still. I've had times where it's taken him like over a minute to go into the base because he keeps just staring off into space.
We've got to hurry.
I may have overreached.
See if I can get over the
Darius
chest in
is in
time.
trouble. We've got to help.
Excellent. Now we can get inside.
There we go, just barely.
Paths all clear. I see enemy reinforcements. Are you sure you want to skip?
Only in my deepest dreams.
Are you sure you want to skip? This usually happens when I quit playing around.
So the way the items work, or the weapons, is you unlock the weapon and it has that ability on it, and you actually have the chance to get it again.
Man, I'm so...
And I haven't done a pretty significant chunk of that, so I can't actually get a lot of the cool stuff just yet.
These days. Good evening.
There's a ton of
How
content
was your day?
in history mode I haven't even touched yet. So while I'm out and stuff, I've actually have been working on this quite a bit. I went to Popeyes yesterday. Probably if you saw my Twitter thread, I was talking about that. Kind of get away from all the negativity and toxic behavior in the Musou community. I wanted to post something positive. This game's great to play while you're away from home. As long as you have a portable controller, you can play it just fine. This game in particular does not really cramp my hands too much. A gunvolt, like you saw in my port review, that game does, but thanks to the wonders of the Switch, you can just plug in a controller and just play it that way. So it's up to you. I will be doing more footage of this once I have better builds and stuff, but right now I'm still kind of at the beginning of the game. Like the story mode that took me like only 7 or 8 hours to finish, and then the rest is all post-game. It's kind of set up like a Disgaea game. You know how in a Disgaea the campaign's like pretty short and easy. It's almost devoid of challenge if you actually know how to play. And then the post-game is where you dump like dozens if not hundreds of hours. That's kind of how this game is. You play through the story, you unlock the full roster, and then you go in here and you can power them up and get all kinds of different stuff. And there's different challenges. Lots of different ways to play through the maps and stuff. Like they'll have like, you know, the standard frustrating escort missions where you're stuck with boneheaded AI. They have arenas where you can just fight officers, kind of like what they had in Conquest mode in Dynasty Warriors 7. They have all kinds of other objectives as well. It's quite fun. There's lots of little restrictions as well, which can make things difficult. Like this one is people with swords only. This one is magic advantage. This one you can only play as mages. And so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. I don't really think I'll be covering anything on this game in terms of guides, because people have already covered every aspect, and I'm still learning how the game works. So I'm sure there's many other channels that have covered the deeper aspects of this game. I'm probably just gonna do a lot of that off camera anyway, since you know the Switch is an amazing piece of technology, and you can continue your progress from home to console. You know, from console to portable and back, since everything is just the same version. So I'll probably make a lot of progress off camera. Maybe while I wait for Dynasty Warriors 9 to get you know, actual tolerable optimization or acceptable optimization, I'll probably be playing this more. So if you have anything you want to see that people have not shown before, go ahead and let me know. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.